Welcome to Friday Night Football on FSN, presented by Colony Grill. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in late September here in Fairfield, Connecticut, and we're ready to witness a matchup that was last played in the 1960s as the Fairfield Ludlow Falcons entertain the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. And hi everybody, welcome to Taft Field. Aiden Blank, so glad to be with you. This should be a real fun matchup. Even though no one's really giving Ludlow much of a chance, anything can happen on any given day, especially this season in Connecticut high school football. The Jesuits come in at 1-1. They won their opener against North Haven, but then lost their home opener last week at Newtown. So they're going to look to right the ship here. Meanwhile, the Falcons will look to keep a winning streak alive, maybe even create one, as they will look for 2 in a row. They beat West Hill last week after dropping their opener to Darien. They didn't allow a point last week, so their defense is certainly going to be a big strength for them and possibly a big concern for Fairfield Prep. We'll take a short break. When we get back, we have got opening kick, biggest game of the high school football season. Fairfield Ludlow and Fairfield Prep coming up next here on Friday Night Football on FSN. Biggest game of the year, end of story. Welcome to Taft Field, as Fairfield Ludlow is set to receive the opening kick. We're so glad you could be with us. Aiden Blank upstairs at Taft Field, back home for the first time in almost a year. Dylan Fragomeni is back deep to receive with James Bork. It's been a long time coming. 1951, the last time these two teams met. And they're ready to meet again here on Friday Night Football. The Jesuits 1-1, 0-1 in the SCC. The Falcons 1-1, 1-1 in the FCAC. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Friday Night Football. A long kick returned inside the 15. He's out past the 30 and Ludlow takes it. First and 10 as a Ludlow offense that put up 35 last week in West Hill comes out to greet him. We're going to let you enjoy a lot of these sounds. There will be a lot of times where I just lay out because the sounds of this game are almost better than my sounds. First down and 10, puts a man in the backfield, 3 receivers near side. On the run, he completes the first pass. Not good enough for a first down, but it is progress. Good throw by Pavos as he switches hands and rolls to the near side. A long throw that's caught inside the 25. First down. He catches it inside the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. A 38-yard bomb from Quinn Pavos. He sets up with a man to his left hip on 1st and 10. Rolling near side and throwing. It's incomplete. Pass was intended for Colin Fleming, the junior wide receiver. He couldn't catch up to it, and it'll be 2nd down coming up. So Ludlow a little bit more time now. Prep a chance to set their defense. Ludlow coming in their home blues with white numbers and lettering and silver piping. He takes it himself. Beg your pardon, he gives it to James Bork, the running back hero of that Thanksgiving game last year. This is a big Saturday in the FCAC. Darien West Hill a game. There's some pretty big games coming up. And next week we will be in Norwalk. We'll get to that a little bit later. Split receivers on 3rd down. A little bit less than 10. It is caught for a Ludlow touchdown. That is how you start a game against your hated rival, who you haven't met since 1951. It's 6-0 to PAT to come. Wow. That was a crazy start. PAT, good. Nolan Izzo, straight through. It's 7-0 Fairfield Ludlow. So Ludlow drives down the field. A 38-yard pass from Pavos sets up a 3rd and a little bit less than 10, which results in the game's opening touchdown. And those guys, the Nest, as you can see, pretty excited about the start to this game. Nobody could have imagined it would start this way, but it has, and Fairfield Ludlow could not be more excited. So now it becomes Fairfield Prep's turn as the clock hits noon on this Saturday. Prep will send 2 back to receive. And Ludlow's going to kick. Nolan Izzo made the extra point, make it 7-0. Now is going to kick it deep. Puts his hand in the air, waits for the signal, now starts his trot, and the kick is up and away. This one is going into the end zone for a touchback. What a start for Fairfield Ludlow. You have to get a good start in a game like this, and they certainly did. 7-0 as the Ludlow defense that a lot of people thought was going to keep them in this game. Maybe it is the offense that keeps them in this game. Takes the field. And a Prep offense that is coming out with a deficit already. Ludlow will set up, sending 2 deep. It's Buckley and Reese Davies. Sent deep to guard the long ball. Just underway, it's 7-0 Ludlow. What a start for the Fairfield Ludlow Falcons. Man goes to his right hip. They send split receivers. And they send a man in motion. That's Aiden Derby. Takes the snap. Screen ball near side. It's a play fake. They throw it deep, and it is caught. But was he in bounds? He was. What a grab on the near side by the senior wide receiver, Max McGillicuddy. He reaches up, gets it, and falls out of bounds. So both teams coming up with big offensive plays to begin this thing. Max McGillicuddy with a great grab. And they go to the Fairfield Ludlow 40. What an atmosphere this is. Maybe 1,000 of our closest friends. As you can see, the Jesuits are off to our far side behind their team. The Nest off to the near side behind their team. 10:17 remain. The clock has stopped. And they go out of the shotgun. Their quarterback is Robert Long. He comes out, puts a man in the backfield, one receiver near side tight end offset along with two receivers to the far side. Takes the snap, handoff, cuts back, and picks up a few yards. It's gone to Sean Nelson. He's a senior running back. Jack Morrison gets the tackle, a gain of 2, brings up 3rd down and 8. I beg your pardon, 2nd down and 8 for the Jesuits. They send a man into the backfield. That's Nelson again. Play fake, thrown and tipped around and incomplete. Ball popped out. Looked like he may have caught it, but the ball popped out. And so it's 3rd down and 8 for Fairfield Prep. If you want to start well, this is how you start. If Ludlow can get a stop, Prep is not going to be able to kick a field goal from that kind of distance. 9:12 remain. Just getting going here at Saff Field, and Ludlow's already got a touchdown on the board. They lead it 7-0. Big offensive fireworks to open the game in a game that we thought may be defensively themed. Sets up with Nelson in the backfield, tight end offset near side. Takes the snap, alone in the backfield, has to run, moves on the near side. He is going to break a tackle and get a 1st down. Just from eyeballing it, it looked like he did get it because he had that extra lunge. If he had gotten tackled by the first guy at him, he would have been down, and Fairfield Prep would have had a 4th and probably 5. But the chain gang moves. Fairfield Prep converts on their first 3rd down of the day. And they put Nelson in the backfield again. Same formation for all 3 plays this set of downs. He airs, far side, deep ball. It is caught! Prep thinks he's in. He is in. A touchdown for Fairfield Prep. The teams trade offensive blows early, relying on deep passes, and it's 7-6.
It will be a 1st and goal with the ball inside the 5.
As I said, we're going to let you listen to the crowd a lot in this game. I will do the best I can to lay out and let you listen to what they've got to say. A lot more interesting than what I've got to say. Ludlow 7, Prep 6. Extra point on the way. From eyeballing it, it looks like they'll send out Kevin Howard. Beg your pardon, they will send out James Urban. Junior kicker hits it, and we are tied at 7. Just moments into this game as both teams trade offensive blows. Instead of commercial breaks today, and we know we're very grateful for our sponsors at Colony Grill. Instead of commercial breaks today, we're just going to let you listen to the chants that this crowd has to say. So let's take a listen into what the Nest and the Bomb Squad have to say, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Glad to see for Fairfield, Ludlow, number 8, James Moore.
All right, we hope you enjoyed that. We welcome you back to Taft Field. Aiden Blank, so glad that you could be with us. It's a 7-7 ball game with 7:14 remaining in the opening quarter. Both teams scoring on their opening possessions. Prep will kick it off once again. Ludlow will send two back once more. It's number 8, James Bork, and number 1, Carlos Moreno. Both seniors ready to return this. What a way to go out. Your first home game of senior year. Always an important one. As we mentioned, this rivalry has not been played out since 1951, so nobody really knows what to expect. No one knew what kind of crowd to expect. Clearly, there are a lot of people here. And of course, that means we're here as well. It's a 7-7 ball game. This ball is returned from the 1. He did not step into the end zone, so he gets to return it, and he's out past the 20 with a couple of flags and a little bit of extracurricular activities.
Several Fairfield prep defenders, including number 2, Joseph DeJesus.
We're going to find out what the call was on. Always nice to have a couple extra eyes up here in the booth, including our wonderful public address announcer, Paul Piorik. He's been here for Lord knows how long. And he is always good about the penalties. Even when we can't see him, he always does. So we're very grateful to have Paul here, as he will be for every Ludlow home game this season. 7:45 remain in the first quarter, and it looks like the penalty is against Fairfield Ludlow.
Hopefully he adjusts.
And they bring it back inside. Is it inside the 10? It is. It's either on or inside the 10, maybe just outside of it. It's first down at 10. He puts a man in the backfield with split receivers. Empty backfield now as he will hit his man with running room. Great catch, Colin Fleming, first down. Cabos has come out on fire today. Cabos has come out on fire, and it is hurting the prep defense a lot. That 39-yard pass that led to the touchdown. Now he's going to throw again. Near side, incomplete. Was in the hands of Fragametti. He lost the football, and we will see a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Colin Fleming, 2nd down 10.
Yeah, I know. He does a good job. We sometimes have a small case of the drops. We did with on
7:28 remain. Here in the first quarter, tie game. A lot of offense to begin this game. Pavo's a deep ball. Far sideline, incomplete through the hands of Moreno. So now Ludlow comes up with a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They've got to convert here. Otherwise, it's a 4th and 10 well into their own area here on the field. Beautiful day for football. A little hot, but a beautiful day nonetheless. And of course, as a player down there, you can't help but notice
A hold on Ludlow.
these fans. So there was a penalty, and it backs them up on 2nd down and long. Beg your pardon, 3rd down and long.
A 2nd and long for
No, it is
Fairfield
2nd and long. They repeat the down. Pavos, play fake. It is caught by Bork on the far sideline. He'll get some yards, but not enough. 3rd and long coming up.
is number 25, Max McGillicuddy. A short gain to the 10. 3rd down. 16.
Third down and 16 is what it's being spotted as. Maybe a little shorter or a little longer, but it's third and long. Takes the snap, rolls to the near side, has to let it go. He will. It is real deep, and just through the hands of Dylan Fragomeni. The senior had his hands on it, but couldn't reel it in, and that brings up a 4th and 16. 6:38 remain in the opening quarter. Ludlow will be the first team to turn it over today. Boy, what a start. A game that has so far really lived up to this hype. Nolan Izzo is going to punt. He will likely do all the kicking for Ludlow today. Izzo out of the back of the end zone, blocked and recovered for a Prep touchdown. Prep thinks they have it. There's a scrum, and they do.
Touchdown by Fairfield Prep. On the block was number 32, Kyle Vaccarella.
Kyle Vaccarella, the junior, comes up with it. Prep scores their second touchdown of the day, first defensive touchdown, and they get the lead. If you're Ludlow, however, you can't let this discourage you, because now you're going to get the football back, and maybe with a little bit better field position. Kick on the way, good. So it's Prep 14 and Ludlow 7.
Kick is good, the extra point.
After the extra point, James Urban is going to be the one to hit it.
And Fairfield Ludlow 7.
Still in the first quarter and still a very close game.
Last night in the FCI East, St. Joseph defeated Wilton 56-14. In the West, Greenwich 45 and Norwalk 13. Trumbull defeated Trinity by a score of 21-20.
And this section here has certainly quieted down. The Ludlow student section, rowdy to begin. Not as rowdy now.
Back to receive from Fairfield Ludlow, number 8, James Moore, and number 1, Carlos Marino.
One of the larger student sections Ludlow has seen this season. Prep will kick off for the third time today. We're not on the NFHS network. Usually we are. We're on YouTube today. Because of technical issues that are unforeseen, we will be back on the NFHS network Friday night when Fairfield Ludlow takes on Norwalk. Return from just outside the 20. Running near side with room to the 35. Drew Buckley, the one to get it. He plays both ways, and Ludlow is going to take over. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 35. Sets up with a man in the backfield, split receivers, throwing near side complete. A nasty hit. Ethan Ryder is the one to catch it. If you heard Ethan's name and thought, hey, that sounds familiar, that's because it probably is. He played in the Little League World Series. He's been a superstar since he was 12. Played in the Little League World Series for Fairfield American back in 2017. third best Little League team in the United States. A number of Ludlow players also played on that team. Pavos to throw on second and medium, and it is incomplete. Ryder was trying to make a one-handed catch. He's got some pretty big speed. He came in as a quarterback, decided he didn't want to do that, and now he's playing as a wide receiver. He's pretty fast. Something I haven't really noticed watching him play, but he can really move, and he was right with that ball. He just couldn't grab it enough. They send Fragamenti and Ryder near side. Split receivers on third and we'll call it 5. Back to throw. Tipped and incomplete. No penalty called. A nasty hit. A hand came into the face of Joseph DeJesus. He couldn't get it. Almost an interception. Ball's on the Falcon 40. 5:18 remain, opening quarter. It's 14-7, Jesuits lead. Both teams trading offensive blows to begin this game, but the Jesuits defense starting to pick up the slack.
Kicking for Fairfield Ludlow, number 17, Nolan Izzo.
Nolan Izzo, the one to kick for Fairfield Ludlow.
Max McGillicuddy.
It's a quarterback keeper. No, it's a direct snap for Bork. Bork is down the near sidelines and out at the 30. You needed a big run. They switch it up and give it to their number 1 running back. And he gets them a big first down.
A 32-yard run by James Bork. And that sets up the Ludlow offense. First and 10 at the Fairfield Prep 28.
First and 10, they call it on the Fairfield Prep 28. Ludlow once again with a chance to tie this game. In front of, about 1,000 of our closest friends. Takes the snap, dropping back, steps up in the pocket and is hit hard.
On the stop for Fairfield Prep number 50, Ethan Beta. A loss of 4. Second down.
They lose 4, it's second and 14. Can't get discouraged, and I think that's something Ludlow does very well. Last year's team as well, but this year's team, they don't get discouraged. When a bad play happens, it's all right, what are we gonna do to fix it? They don't sit there and cry about it. You need to step up and deal with it. Bork sets up in the backfield. It's gonna be Ryder and Fragamenti to the near side. They go to the far side, and Prep lost focus and lost the defender. It's a first down. Ball to the Fairfield Prep 20, so another first down. And I think fans are starting to get the feeling that, hey, maybe this game actually is winnable. This game is not as bad as people say it's going to be. So they set it up on first and 10. Takes the snap, lost the football, and has to lose a bunch of yardage on the play. He lost the football, then got hit. The Ludlow offensive line just collapsed, and that'll bring up a second and long.
Back to the 24. A loss of 9. Second down 19.
He sets up with a man in the backfield, split receivers. Again, Fragamenti and Ryder near side, a little bit more spacing between them. Again, they go to the far side. He throws it into the turf. We want to thank our sponsors this afternoon, Colony Grill. They are the best. You're not getting much better pizza in a town that is really known for pizza. You're not getting much better than Colony Grill. And you're not getting much better than this game. The best sponsors for the best matchup, we like to say. So Fairfield Prep with a 7-point lead. They've gotten a couple of big stops. Third and long. Plenty of room for Quinn, and he throws. It's complete. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage as Colin Fleming came down with it, leaped in the air, caught the football.
It's a game back to the original line of scrimmage, the 15, where it will be a 4th and 10 for Ludlow at the Fairfield Prep 15.
Ball on the Prep 15. Clock is running, down to about 2.5 remain in the first.
Timeout, Fairfield, Ludlow.
A timeout is called, and we're going to let you listen in once again. The sounds of this incredible rivalry. Back at Fairfield, it's 14-7, Jesuits on top. He sets up with a man in the backfield, split receivers. Same two, paired on each side. It's incomplete to the outside. Ball popped out. There is a late flag, and it's going to go against the Jesuit defense on pass interference. That was huge. All of Ludlow was waiting for that call to be made. It finally was, and now they're happy about it. So here we go. 4th down, and they keep the offense out of there. They think they got it. Hard to tell. You're going to have to wait for the referees to let us know. It is a first down. Ludlow able to punch it through. It's a 1st and goal. They got 4 tries to tie this football game up. And this crowd is just electric.
And that is Bork up the middle.
Bork up the middle. Maybe not even a game, maybe a loss.
On the stop, number 32 is Kyle Vaccarella. A 2nd and goal.
Kyle Vaccarella makes the tackle.
For Fairfield Ludlow at the Fairfield Prep 4.
outside. He takes off.
And this is James Moore.
Did he get it?
Appears to be down just short of the goal line.
No, he did not.
It will be a third down goal for the Falcons with the ball resting inside the Fairfield Prep 1.
Ball is inside the 1, but he couldn't punch it in. This will be 3rd and goal. They go up the middle.
Court is brought down.
Did they score?
by
No,
Joseph
they
India.
did not. 4th and goal. Do you go to the air, which has been your most successful mode of attack, or do you punch it in? Try and run it. Probably your safest attack at this point.
For Fairfield Ludlow. At
It's a question
Fairfield Prep 1.
that Mitch Ross will have to answer. Whistle blows, timeout called, and this time we're going to take one with you. Back in a little bit here on Friday Night Football.
At the end of the first period, the score is Fairfield Prep 14 and Fairfield Ludlow 7.
Beg your pardon, that was the end of the first quarter, so second quarter about to get underway. We get a look at Ludlow's upcoming schedule. All these games will be live on the NFHS Network. They're at Norwalk Friday at 7 p.m. We will be there with them, and then they're back home for Bridgeport Central, 11 a.m. Trinity Catholic, 1:30 the next weekend. Trumbull and Greenwich. Should be a blast to have all those games on the air. Back underway. Fairfield Prep 14, Fairfield Ludlow 7. Underway in the battle for Fairfield. Pro set. Takes it far side. Pavos is in. Touchdown. They make it a one-point game. Just underway in the second. We have got football here at Fairfield Ludlow. .11:53 gone. The PAT is good. And once again, this game is tied. If they can keep it close, they can do anything. This Ludlow team in the last 2 years has pulled off some unbelievable accomplishments. Between last year, with that 7-3 record, a shutout in week 2 this year, it's been an incredible journey. In the first 3 years of Dr. Mitchell Ross's reign as head coach here at Fairfield Ludlow, you can see this doesn't just happen overnight, but that it has happened so rapidly is unbelievable.
Accuracy for Fairfield Prep, number 4, Hopkins, and number 25, Max McGillicuddy.
We're so glad you could join us today, however you're joining us, wherever you're joining us. 11:53 remain. It's 14 all. Kick on the way, received inside the 5, now takes it out past the 15. Wow, what a burst of speed Is he going to get in? He is not. He is caught, still moving. But that extra burst of speed puts Fairfield Prep deep into Ludlow territory.
On the stop, number 34, Jack Melbourne. A block in the back on Fairfield Prep. And that will move the ball back to the
11:33
Will
remain.
be a first and 10
They mark him out at the 40.
for Fairfield Prep at the Falcon 40.
He sets up out of the gun. A man in the backfield, that's Nelson. Tight end offset. Takes the snap, play fake. Has a lot of pressure. Has to get rid of the football. He's on the run and maybe gets a few yards. He made a whole lot out of out of not a whole lot. So a very good run from Fairfield Prep's Robert Long.
A gain of 2. Second down, 8 at the Ludlow 38.
Same setup and a flag.
Flag.
Probably be a false start if I had to guess. And it's going against Ludlow.
Penalty is offside on Ludlow.
Offsides against
And
Ludlow.
that moves the ball 5 yards.
I'll tell you, Ludlow has improved a lot since last
Where
year.
it will be a second
Even
down,
since
3
last week.
at the 33.
We apologize for the interruption on the live stream. Give straight down the middle, a first down and more. As I was mentioning,
Fairfield Prep first
before our
down.
internet cut out for a second, Ludlow's improved a lot. Last week they came out very jumpy. The week before they came out very jumpy against Darien.
The ball is spotted at the Ludlow 22. First down.
So an
10
incredible
for
job by
Fairfield
Ludlow.
Prep.
They have been a lot more disciplined defensively than they were last week.
Handoff to number 5, Sean Nelson for gain of 2. On the stop for Fairfield Ludlow, number 72, Lucas Mayer. And number 52, Michael Graney. A gain of 4. Second down, 6 at the Ludlow 19.
Give up the middle.
Handoff is to
Let's see
number
if they
5,
got a
Sean
first
Nelson.
down.
On the stop for Ludlow, number 6 is Drew Buckley. The gain is to the Ludlow 13. Where it will be a third down and less than 1.
Third and less than 1, so third and inches. They love this setup. Nelson in the backfield. Tight end is super offset. And only one receiver to the far side. Give. Nelson cuts back and got a first down.
Handoff to Nelson. For a gain of 10, that's good enough for a first down. In on the stop, number 8, James Bork. The gain is to the Fairfield Ludlow 9. A first and goal for Prep at the Falcon 9.
.854 remain. We're tied at 14. First and goal. And a big stop
It's a 2nd and goal with the ball just inside the Ludlow 10.
I'll tell you, it is refreshing to see a crowd like this and not on Thanksgiving. Under center for the first time today. Give Nelson stopped again. Oh, what a big stop. What a huge stop in the backfield. The Ludlow defense has awoken.
Back to the 10. It will be 3rd and goal for Fairfield Prep. At the
3rd and goal.
10.
Ball on the 10. If Prep can't score a touchdown, they're going to be very disappointed. Takes the snap, throwing, end zone incomplete! Skips over the hands of Max McGillicuddy. And it's 4th down.
It will be a 4th and goal for Fairfield Prep at the Falcon 10.
Fourth and goal. Here we go. Kick is no good.
30, James Kirby. A 27-yard field goal. And the teams march upfield with the score. Fairfield Prep 17 and your Falcons.
Beg your pardon, it is good. It's 17-14. And we need a break. What a start. What a game. It's Prep by 3 when we get back. (17-14). Welcome back to Taft Field. It's the Jesuits by 3 in the battle for Fairfield. Just talking with the Ludlow public address announcer, the great Paul Pioric. He said, counting that scrimmage they had with Notre Dame of Fairfield in the beginning of the season, Ludlow is now will have played by the end of the year every Fairfield High School team. They played Notre Dame in a scrimmage, Notre Dame of Fairfield. They play Fairfield Prep today, and they'll play Fairfield Ward on Thanksgiving morning. More information on more broadcast information on that to come. That should be a blast, because it's going to be two very evenly matched teams playing in possibly the biggest game of the year. .6:58 remain. Ludlow trailing by 3. Split receivers. And a man in the backfield takes the snap. Looking to the near side. Throwing, tipped, intercepted! Right into the hands of Joey D'Elia. And Fairfield Prep gets the football back. A chance for the game's first 2-possession lead.
Pass intercepted by Joseph D'Elia for Fairfield Prep.
D'Elia was all over it. It went right into his hands.
It will be a 1st and 10 for Fairfield Prep.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for Fairfield Prep. Pass was intended for Colin Fleming. Great crowd on hand, I'll tell you. Very energetic, very into it. As they make him roll to the far side. And again, he picks up some yardage. Not good enough for a first down, but a late flag. Penalty moves him back to the 42, so Ludlow gets a little bit of luck there.
First down, 21.
It's still first down.
42.
And he's hit in the backfield, so Prep is out of field goal range. It is no longer a guarantee that they score here.
Across midfield to the Fairfield Prep 47. A second down. And 32.
Ball is now on the 46. Prep has it on their own 46. Backfield empties, long to throw. He got a man. They're not even going to come close to the original line of scrimmage. Is there another late flag? Yes, there was.
He is brought down to about the 40. A gain of 13. We do have a flag. Penalties against Fairfield Ludlow. Personal foul.
Personal foul moves him closer to the line of scrimmage, or the original at least. So glad everybody could tune in. It's 17-14 Jesuits. Week 3 of the Connecticut high school football season. We're back next week, Friday night. Our first official real Friday night football. It'll be at Norwalk. Fumbles and a huge loss. Oh, there had to be 4 or 5 Ludlow defenders that got the jump.
Number 16,
5:20 remain, and the clock is still running. It's going to be a very, very long third down. It'll be 3rd and 13 coming up. Takes the snap, backfield empty, screen ball near side, breaks the tackle, and is off to the races. Room, plenty of it. He may have even come close to a first down. It may be short enough that they could go for it on 4th down.
Number 6 is Drew Buckley. It is shy of the first down. It'll be a 4th and 4 for Fairfield Prep at the Fairfield Ludlow 25.
So it's 4th down and short. And we are on YouTube today, so you can let us know where you're watching from. You can comment, and we'll screen them and maybe even read yours aloud. A stop on 4th down. Ludlow has the football with 3:46 to go. They could take the lead here going to half. And boy, how crazy would that be? Considering what people thought was gonna happen in the beginning of this, coming into this game. There is a flag against Fairfield Prep, which means Ludlow's getting even better field position than they thought. Ball spotted on the 40-yard line. across the middle, intercepted again. That's Prep's second of the day. Colin Fleming on the tackle, wow. Ludlow has had a rough time of it recently on offense. Prep will lead their offense back out to try and make it a two-possession game going into half. Sets up with three near side. Has to go with a long ball. If it was caught, it would have been trouble, but it wasn't. Incomplete.
A second down, 10 at midfield.
Ball spotted on the 50. Back to throw, empty backfield. Tries to duck out and he's sacked.
It's a loss of 9 to the 41. Third down, 19. Fairfield Prep at the Jesuit 41.
Throwing incomplete. I'll tell you, Ludlow keeps giving Prep chances. Prep just keeps shooting themselves in the foot. They have had now two real good chances to get a big lead going into half. And they just have not been able to capitalize. Under 2.5 minutes remain here in the first half.
And that receive for Fairfield Ludlow, number 6, Ludlow. Snapping is number 32, Kyle Beccarello.
They will kick, nearly blocked. Deep to return, Drew Buckley got it exactly on the 20. So again, Ludlow with the football, and if they can avoid a turnover, they have a chance to get the lead.
This is the first meeting between these two schools since 1951.
Has to get rid of it. A lot of flags, 3 of them. A barrage of flags on the near side.
The ball will be spotted 37.
rivalry? St. Joe.
Where it will be a first and 10.
They're good, I know, right?
Has room, near side. He may have gotten a first down. If not, it's really short.
And number 80, Peter Shane. The gain is a gain of 8. Second down 2 at the 45.
They're going to get the first down on a handoff. What a conversion. Another Ludlow first down. The clock is running into a minute 22. So they need to start moving fast. Play fake. Keeps it himself, near side, room, and he got out at the 40. Bork gets it again, and he gets out at the 40. That is what the experience is going to do for you.
It's a gain of 10, a first down, Fairfield Ludlow at the Jesuit 39.
First down, Ludlow, Jesuit 39. Timeout.
Around the area last night in the FCI. St. Joseph.
We'll take a listen into our public address announcer,
Greenwich 45.
Paul Pioric.
13.
Greenwich is unbelievable.
Trumbull defeating Trinity 21-20.
Always tough.
It was McMahon 41, Open Cross 7. And Cheshire 35, Fairfield Ford 20.
Late second quarter, we're back at Fairfield. Aiden Blank, so glad that you could be with us. Again, we are monitoring the comments. Let us know where you're watching. We'll give you shout-outs. Play fake. James Bork is playing quarterback, and he's doing it well. Out inside the 30. Bork is doing a real good job in the pocket. Yeah, I don't know whether to call it a direct snap or just he's playing quarterback.
When they play good break, I want to go.
First and 10 at the Fairfield Prep 28.
How good is O'Brien? Undefeated?
No, they're losing a lot.
They won last night.
Back to throw, Bork again. On the move. It looks like it is good enough. Wow, what a drive. 24 seconds remain, so at the very least they can attempt a manageable field goal to tie this game at 17. If you're Fairfield Prep, you are really, really scared because Ludlow has come out and played just as good, if not better than you in this first half, and that is probably the exact opposite of what was expected. What a game we have seen today. This is incredible. It was labeled as not even a rivalry. Some wouldn't even call it a rivalry. and out comes Fairfield Ludlow, playing right with them. If you're Mitch Russ, you could get destroyed in the second half. You got to be proud of them for this. Not many teams have been able to do what Fairfield Ludlow is doing right now.
At the Fairfield Prep 19.
Takes the snap. Bork again to throw. Far side. Intercepted with a flag, though.
Pass is intercepted, but
Wait a
there is
minute.
flag.
And it's coming up against Fairfield Prep. Ludlow gets lucky, and they get the football back. Honestly, I wouldn't even say this crowd is evenly split. It is Ludlow fans. In a game like this, it is very difficult to get a crowd as dominantly blue as this one is. But Ludlow's done a very good job of it. They put Pavos back in, and it's incomplete with 7 seconds remaining. Fleming unable to get it, so the question now is, do you kick the field goal or do you go for it? They're going for it. All or nothing ball. Bork is used as an extra blocker, and it's caught! If he got 2 feet in, it is a touchdown. Prep does not think he did. The referees will say yes. Ludlow gets the lead as we go to break. Moreno comes down with it. It's a 3-point Ludlow lead. They will have an untimed extra point, and then we're going to break. It is good. Wow! You couldn't have drawn this thing up any better. It's Ludlow 21 and Prep 17. Against all odds, they are leading going into halftime. We are going to take a break. The next 24 minutes of football are going to decide this thing. But before that, we're going to take a quick timeout and enjoy one of the greatest games this high school football season has produced for us so far. We're back for the second half in just a little bit. It's Friday Night Football on FSN. We welcome you back to Taft Field. Aiden Blank, so glad that you could join us. Fairfield Ludlow 21, Fairfield Prep 17. An upset in the making, knock on wood, here at Fairfield Ludlow High School. Get a look at our FSN Game of the Week schedule. We don't just do football, believe it or not. We do have a game coming up next week on Thursday, 7 o'clock, boys soccer and New Canaan. And then, of course, the week after that, there will be a very big crowd on hand for Fairfield Ludlow and Fairfield Ward. Boys and girls soccer will have both those games. Then girls soccer versus Darien, boys soccer, versus Norwalk, and finally field hockey versus Fairfield Ward. We'll be live on our airwaves, and of course, football, we had the schedule. We'll pull it up once again. All those games upcoming. The only two left for Ludlow that are not on that schedule: at Danbury the Friday after, and then Thanksgiving morning in front of a few of our friends here at Fairfield Ludlow High School as they take on Fairfield Ward. There's a very good chance, though, that there's a smaller crowd for that game than there is for this game, and it's unbelievable what has happened so far. Obviously, nothing is said and done yet, but I think this game is a perfect clip of what Ludlow has done over the past 2 seasons and how much they have improved. This was a one-win team 2 seasons ago. A team that won 1 game all year and was not considered to be a threat in any capacity. They come up last year with a stunning season, 7-3. And they could be on their way back this year. Nothing is set yet, but this is an unbelievable performance. We're ready to go for the third quarter. It's 21-17. And no matter what happens in this game, people will remember that Ludlow put up 21 and only allowed 17 in the first half. So Ludlow's going to kick it off. The next 24 minutes, in all likelihood, are going to decide if Ludlow pulls off the upset or if Prep is able to remain the best football team in Fairfield. Far side, tripped up just past the 20, maybe to the 25. And a first down and 10 coming up for Fairfield Prep. You laugh at the clapping, but Ludlow really struggled in the first half, stopping the big returns. Fairfield Prep kind of had their way in the return category. And of course, field position-wise, they had great field position most of the time in the first half, so it's great that Ludlow's able to start things off here in the second half, getting a good enough stop that they're not worried about Prep scoring a touchdown yet. He sets up with a man in the backfield, takes the snap, handoff to the outside. He makes a man miss and gets a first down. Sean Nelson has been the backbone of this Prep running game. He is really dominated as a senior should, especially against the Ludlow defense that did not allow a whole lot in the run department last week at West Hill. Handoff up the middle, couple of yards from Sean Nelson. 11:10 to go. The clock is running here in the third. If Ludlow can keep it close going into the fourth, they've got a chance. I think one of the best, we were talking with Paul Pioric, the public address announcer, at the end of the first half. I told him, putting in James Bork was one of the best decisions they made. They should have done it sooner, honestly. But a fantastic job by James Bork leading that Ludlow offense. Prep's gonna come up with a 3rd down. Again, we are live on YouTube because our normal platform is down the NFHS network. We had unforeseen technical issues, and we're glad you could stick with us through that. We hope you've enjoyed your viewing experience so far. We'll be with you for every Ludlow football game with the exception maybe of Danbury. Not sure about that yet. He takes off and is ripped up. It's going to be 4th down. What a stop from the Ludlow defense. There are no flags, and Fairfield Prep sends out the punt team. Ludlow able to get a stop and maybe even a 2-possession lead. 4th and 11, so it's not even close. Punt barely gets off. It bounces around. It's going to roll all the way back past the 40. Great field position as Ludlow comes up with it. This is a crucial drive if Ludlow wants to stay in this game. They have to score at least some sort of points. Obviously, a touchdown ideal, but if they can get a 6-point lead, that's not horrible either. Ludlow sets up a man in the backfield, split receivers, 2 near side, 2 to the far. Actually, a tight end and a receiver to the far side. Long ball early, and it is caught inside the 15! What a play by Carlos Moreno! Whatever they're doing on the far side, keep doing it. Because that is the 3rd time today they have been able to execute one of those plays with Moreno breaking free and basically ending up wide open down the far sideline. That reminds me of the first play they tried in this game, a 39-yard pass from Pavos, which ended up leading to a touchdown. They needed to get the crowd on their side to begin the half, and they so far have. Another man in the backfield. Pavos on the move. Incomplete. Pops out of the hands of the receiver. He nearly had it. Ethan Ryder nearly had the biggest catch of his young Ludlow career, which would have given Ludlow a multi-possession lead regardless of whether they made the extra point. Crazy stuff going on here at Taft Field. And obviously we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. There is still a lot of football left to play. But Fairfield Prep just looks discombobulated right now. A 3-and-out to begin the half. The opposite of what they needed. And now Ludlow is knocking on the doorstep of the end zone and a 2-possession lead. Pavos on a keeper. I keep saying Wilson in a reference to Colin Wilson, quarterback from Ludlow of last season. I'll tell you what. Last year, my broadcast partner Cam Mann and I sat up here watching Quinn Pavos play quarterback. He played backup for Colin Wilson last year. And Cam and I legitimately said to each other, they need a new quarterback. Because Pavos had a weak arm and couldn't control the offense last year. He was the opposite of what they needed to come in. But whatever he has done in the offseason, give him 100% of the credit. Because he has seamlessly taken over Colin Wilson's role and has played unbelievable in these first 3 weeks. Week 1 against the #1 team in the state. Week 2 against West Hill, and then this week against Fairfield Prep. An incomplete pass to the near side.
third down.
He has just been incredible and deserves every bit of praise that he has been given so far. Third down coming up. And it's a pretty big one. A field goal would not be ideal, but it's still points. And it would give Ludlow a 6-point lead. Here we go. Back to throw. Pavos has a man. Does he got a first down? No, he was short. Ethan Ryder is unable to break free of a tackle. It's fourth, but manageable. That was exactly what they needed in that situation. If you can't get a first down, at least you're right there. One good short gain will get you a first down. And even still, if you don't convert, you're still got Prep deep in their own territory, like inside the 15-yard line deep.
Timeout, Fairfield Ludlow.
And rightfully, Fairfield Ludlow needs a time to talk it over. We're going to take a short break. We are back with more Friday Night Football after this. Fourth down and 6 to throw. They want a touchdown. It's intercepted. He's got to get a good return. He will get to the 20-yard line. So Fairfield Prep needed that. They could not afford a touchdown. They get it back, but now their offense needs to come alive. Ludlow's defense has been preparing for this. They need to force another 3 and out.
First down, 10.
Run to the outside.
On the side from Fairfield Ludlow is Zach Hathaway. A gain of 2.
It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Ludlow 21, Prep 17. This is a game no one's forgetting for a long time, whether you're a Ludlow fan, a Prep fan, or just a fan of good football. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's a penalty. It's on Fairfield Prep, and it moves them back.
And now we'll move the ball back
This has been a very rough start for the Jesuits in the second half. A 3-and-out and now a penalty, essentially offsetting that interception. Two receivers stacked to the near side. Takes the snap. Sprinting Nelson. Handoff cuts. Still going, and he did not get a first down. So Ludlow essentially just needed to stop him there because their defense is good enough that it could be 4th and 1. They still have a very good chance of stopping him and forcing a turnover. Ludlow, their defense is going to be able to get through a lot.
At the Fairfield Prep, 28.
Man set up in the backfield, that's Nelson. Two receivers stacked to our near side. Ludlow playing it very close and they jumped.
First down.
That should be an automatic conversion for Fairfield Prep. It is going to be. So the Jesuits get a first down, but they're still deep in their own territory and they need to get out of there very quickly. Sets up with a man in the backfield and the tight end offset. Handoff. No, it's a fake. Fooled everybody. And it is more than good enough for a first down on the near side. Great catch by Max McGillicuddy. We haven't called his name too much, but he plays both ways, and he's played fantastic both ways.
At the Jesuit 46, a gain of 13.
Everybody is crazy so far. The amount of hype around this game is unbelievable. As they get a short gain on the run.
Syracuse, a short gain. On the stop is Zach Hathaway. A gain of 2.
We are beginning to get some
At the
pictures.
Prep 48.
As Prep gets ready to... Ludlow with 21-17 advantage. Prep trying to get out of their own zone and convert. It's intercepted. We told you how good the Ludlow defense was, and you just saw it right there. Able to stop the Prep attack with a big interception. Anthony Casablanca is on the tackle, and it was intercepted. Didn't get the name, but it is a Ludlow first down, and that was giant. That was really big. They needed that. They needed that really bad. A Ludlow unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
And that will move the ball back to the 32.
Ball now in the 32.
All right, march down the field now. Let's go.
Still 1st and 10. Let us know in the comments where you're watching. If you send us pictures, you tweet us at FSN_Ludlow. We may even put them on air. And of course, we can give shout outs as many times as we want. A stop in the backfield, maybe even for a loss.
prep is John Heresy. A loss of 1.
So glad that you could watch us for
Second
free
down,
today.
11.
Not on our normal NFHS Network platform, which is paid. That's where we will be for the rest of the season. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Unloads. Incomplete. In front of Colin Fleming, a junior whose name we're going to call a lot. He played a lot last season, was a big impact as a sophomore, and now gets the chance to have an even bigger impact as a junior. .332 remaining. Steps up, throw it, caught with runs from Fragamenti. First down and more to midfield.
First down, 10 at midfield.
All right, come on,
Pavos switches hands. Incomplete. It would have been good if they completed it. Wouldn't have been a first down, but would have been some good yardage. But at least now they stop the clock and get a chance to talk it over. 3:08 left in the third. Neither team has scored since the first half. End of the first half, Ludlow scored and took a pretty big lead. A 4-point advantage. Pavos to throw. Complete near side Bork. Jukes a man and looked like the football may have popped out, but he gets it back either way to the 45, and Ludlow will have a third and manageable.
Third down, 3 at the Fairfield prep 43.
What you do? Roll it out. Get it rolling.
2:30 remain. Complete near side, it's good enough for a first down. Ludlow offense is starting to scorch up, and Prep D needs a big stop. Throwing a deep ball near sideline, incomplete. Ludlow wanted a penalty, there is a flag, and it's gonna go against the Jesuits.
Personal foul, face mask on Fairfield prep.
It's a face mask, not what we thought. Thought it may have been a pass interference, but it is a face mask.
And that will ball to the Fairfield prep 20. Where it will be
Ball is on the Fairfield Prep 20,
at the Jesuit.
and it is a Ludlow automatic first down. A minute 53 remaining in the third. So roughly 14 minutes of play remain. Pavo's incomplete. A very scary moment there.
Pass defended by Luke Martucci. Second down, Chad.
Here we go. Clock winds down to 1:46. Pavos with a man in the backfield. Takes off and is hit. He tried to pull a Colin Wilson and just take off. He looked identical to a Colin Wilson run, but it certainly was not, as he gets wrapped up before he can go anywhere.
A loss of 1. Third down, 11. At the Fairfield prep, 21.
A minute 5 remain. Ludlow holding to this lead. To throw. Out of the pocket. He's hit. It's a loss of 4. Jack Mullen on the sack. 4th and 15.
At the Fairfield prep, 25.
I would. 24-17.
If Ludlow kicks a field goal, it's 24-17. And they have a 7-point lead. But Mitch Ross is not ready to attempt a 30, maybe even 40-yard field goal. Pavo's on the run, has to get rid of it. Does. End zone. Incomplete, and a turnover on downs. That was rough. But at least Prep is getting it on the 30, on their own 30, I should say.
We got that last touchdown right before the half.
4 seconds remain.
Oh, I've seen him go on fourth, like on this side of the field, many times.
As we wind down here in the third quarter. Four seconds left. End of the third quarter. He sets up I formation, double backs. A fullback and a halfback. First time they've done that today. Handoff. It's going to the halfback.
Handoff up the middle to number 5, that is Sean Nelson.
So Sean Nelson sets up as a fullback and gets
And a first down.
a gain of 12 and a first down for the Jesuits. And that is going to do it here in the third. 12 minutes of football left, and Ludlow leads by 4. We take a break. We're back for the fourth here on Friday Night Football. First down at the Jesuit 36. First play of the fourth quarter, a handoff to Nelson. Battered around, but does get a decent amount of yards up the middle.
He is 6.
Second and 6, the ruling. After a gain of 4, give down the middle, lost the football, and Ludlow's got it. That was huge. Ludlow has got the football and a chance to really put this game away. If they can score a touchdown, they lead by 2 possessions with less than 10 minutes remaining in all likelihood. That was big. We talk about Ludlow's defense. We thought it was going to be an offensively themed game. But then the defense starts to step up. Nobody has scored yet in the second half. That was crazy.
And the runner was pulled down.
However, it is not a fumble. And the boos are coming in because Fairfield Prep is getting the football back.
And the ball will be retained by Fairfield Prep.
And not only that, they have a very good chance here on 3rd down to convert. We were just asked if we could do video replay. Wait a minute, they overturn it. We were just asked if we could do video replay up here and show him that he was not down. The referees didn't even need video replay, they got it.
And the ball recovered by number 40, Denham Feldman.
Denham Feldman recovered the football, only a sophomore, and I think you have to love that. That yes, there's seniors like Quinn Pavos that have stepped up, but Feldman recovers what could be the biggest play of the game. Colin Fleming's gotten some good yards as a wide receiver. Ethan Reiter's gotten good yards as a wide receiver. Colin's a junior, but Ethan's a sophomore. You have to love the ambition from these kids, especially the non-seniors, split receivers. Pavos steps up. Pavos has got Reiter, and that's going to be a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7.
And a hold against Fairfield Ludlow.
It's a hold against Fairfield Ludlow, so 2nd and 7 will turn into 3rd and long. I beg your pardon, 2nd and long. Maybe they will repeat the down, we'll see. Wow, they are moving all the way back.
And that moved the ball back to the Fairfield Ludlow 32.
The ball is put on the 32.
A first down. 20. At the 32.
1st and 20. And Wilson, beg your pardon, Pavos has a man intercepted.
Pass is intercepted by number 2, Joseph DeJesus.
Joseph DeJesus
Number 13.
comes down with a bobbled football and gets it back. This game is not ending anytime soon.
And the ball will go back to Fairfield Prep. Jesuit 39.
Ball's on the Jesuit 39. A carry up the middle. Gain of, we're calling it 5.
On the side for Fairfield Ludlow, number 77, Joe Valletta.
Joe Valletta off to the sideline. He's a captain of this Ludlow football team.
7. Second down 3 at the 46.
Second down and 3. It was a 7-yard gain. I believe in you. He goes under center, I formation. One receiver near side, one off to the far side, stacked way back. Handoff Nelson, got a first down and drags the entire pile past midfield and past the 50.
And brought down by Jack Morrison.
Brought down by Jack Morrison, another non-senior, a junior.
At the Fairfield Ludlow 47. A gain of 7.
He goes under center once again out of the I formation. Your halfback is Nelson. He's not going to get it this time. It's a long throw downfield to nobody. Incomplete. And it's second down coming up. 9:34 remaining. It was intended for their main guy, Max McGillicuddy. Handoff up the middle. Is he going to get a first down? He might have. He might have just ran 10 yards, carrying the entire pile with it. Ben Zane did convert. And it's a Fairfield prep first down. Sets up in the I formation. Takes the snap. Handoff. Dodging to the outside. Plenty of room for Nelson, who's inside the 5-yard line. Beg your pardon, inside the 10. He did not quite get to the 5.
With the ball spotted at the Ludlow 8. First and goal for the Jesuits. At the Falcon 8.
First and goal at Ludlow's 8. The bright side is, if they do score, you still have time to put together a game-tying or possibly game-winning drive. Handoff down the middle. He's stopped. A huge stop down the middle. Sean Nelson gets it again. Boy, he has been the key to this drive. He has been running like crazy. And everybody's down because there is an injury. You can't just assume it is an injury, though. It could have just been a cramp. We saw a lot of that last week. It was hot at West Hill. And there were a lot of guys cramping up. It's number 40, Denham Feldman. He was a big key because he recovered that fumble. He has played very well today, and that's a huge loss if he doesn't come back. Second and goal coming up. Handoff down the middle. They stopped him. Third and goal coming up for the Jesuits. It would be big if Ludlow could get a stop. And it would set up a fourth and goal. And this late in the game, it could be a must convert. Here we go, third and goal. This is a pretty big play coming up right here. Under center, Robert Long. He's a freshman quarterback. I formation, handoff down the middle, and he got in. No doubt Kyle Vaccarella scores. And now it becomes, how does Ludlow respond? (23-21). They're going to go for 2, which would mean that Ludlow has to score a touchdown. However, if they do not convert, a field goal would give Ludlow the lead. Beg your pardon, they're going to go for the PAT, and it is good. So it's 24-21. Prep with a 3-point lead. No team has had a lead larger than 7. And for the first time in this half, somebody scores. It is 24-21. We will take a break and finish things up when we get back. Will Ludlow come back? Or will it be Prep's day to shine? Find out when we get back. Back on Friday Night Football, we're so glad that you could be with us. Aiden Blank, a pleasure to have you along. Ludlow sends 2 back to receive. It's Moreno and Bork. They go 2 by 2 by 2 for 3 layers deep. Kick on the way. Bounces out of the end zone. You don't see too many of those. That was, even the Ludlow fans have to clap for that. That was a pretty incredible kick. Takes the snap. Empty backfield. Pressure coming. Airing near side. Bork caught it and passed the 20. So they will get some yardage out of that. And the key now is get the clock to stop every time. It did not that time, so we're down to 7:40 left here in the game. If you're Mitch Ross, this is the situation you want to be in. In a game where Ludlow was really not intended to do anything. Under pressure, Bork again, first down, and more. As I was saying, in a game where Ludlow was intended to do very little, they've done a whole lot. Give them credit, win, lose, or draw. First down, clock is running. With 7:13 remaining. They got 7 minutes to get into the end zone. And if you don't have knots in your stomach right now, I can't help you. 6:53 remain. He's gonna throw. He's got more pressure coming. And again, they get a gain. This time, it is Fleming. And there's the flag because Prep just completely disregarded the whistle. A Prep defensive lineman just completely annihilated what looked to be a Ludlow offensive lineman. There's going to be a penalty. He's down on the field. Wow. That was completely absurd. Unbelievable that they would try something like that. A total cheap shot. In what's supposed to be a friendly game of football, that was the exact opposite. This may result in a lot more than a penalty. It's Colin Fleming. So the wide receiver who caught the football, Colin Fleming, is down. He's up. The junior got thrown to the ground well after the hit. I'll tell you, that was, not only was that just stupid ethically, but that was stupid in terms of now Ludlow is going to move inside the, to the 40-yard line. So you may have just cost your team the game there because you decided that you needed to pull off a cheap shot. That was absurd. We're going to get back to football now. Fleming is out, so they bring in another wide receiver. Split receivers, 2 coming to the near side, 2 to the far side. Bort, the back, will split off. It's caught far side. Ryder down the sideline. Ethan Ryder! Touchdown! Ethan Ryder, touchdown Ludlow. Did it take enough time off the clock is the question. (27-24). The PAT means that Prep cannot kick a field goal. They have to score a touchdown. It's good. And boy, has this game been interesting. 6 minutes remain. Prep's got to drive down the field in 6 minutes. This is absurd. Wow. There are no more words for this game. Ludlow has played an A++ game. Not that Prep has not played a great game. But Ludlow, just the emotion driving this team is so great. They came into this week fully believing they could win this football game, and it is showing right now. Kick that is gonna go down, and it went out. There is a flag, and that is going to go against Ludlow's kicking team. So the Jesuits take it to the 40. 6 minutes remain.
Kick goes out of bounds.
Prep will take over offensively. Ball's actually on the 25. However, they should be moving it to the 40. No, it's on the 25. My apologies. So, Prep will take over on the 25-yard line. They're actually moving even further back. A little bit of confusion. Okay, so it should have been on the 40-yard line because the kick bounced out of bounds, but on sportsmanlike conduct after the play, I'll tell you. You just don't need to do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not sitting here and telling you that everything Ludlow has done in the past has been ethically upstanding. But I am telling you that it is petty. The last 2 penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Jesuits, you just don't need to do it. It's a game of football. In the end, one team's gonna win, one team's gonna lose. And in the end, everybody needs to just calm down. I was excited to call this game just as much as the next person. But you don't need to pull off petty things like Fairfield Prep has. Six minutes and 7 seconds remain. It's a false start against Fairfield Ludlow, so back-to-back-to-back penalties. 2 against the Falcons, 1 against the Jesuits. Ball's gonna get placed. Okay, so in the end, there were 3 penalties allotted to that kickoff. In the end, they're gonna re-kick it. Ludlow sends the kicking team back out. That was, I apologize for that. That was a lot. Ludlow is going to end up kicking, it looks like from the normal spot. They're just gonna redo the kick. So the kickoff is from the 35-yard line, and we're gonna do this all again. However, in the end, the clock did run. 6:07 left in this ball game, and Fairfield Ludlow the 4-point advantage. No, that is not a typo, and no, I did not just misspeak.
There will be a free kick at the 50-yard line by number 17, Nolan Izzo.
Actually, they're going to kick from midfield, so they bump it up a little bit. It's all the way back, and prep starts at the 25. In the end, it didn't even matter. They start at the same place regardless. Set up on the 20-yard line. This is where things started to get petty. I formation. Hand off Nelson, stuffed. If he got a yard, he really had to work for it.
By number 5, Sean Nelson.
So maybe a yard.
77, Joe Coletta.
Joe Folletta comes up huge.
And about done.
5:35 left, and the clock is running. So Prem needs to start moving because they've only got 5.5 minutes remain. Here's the give again. Outside, still going. They gotta hit him. They will, but he's inside the 40. Remember, Prep has to score a touchdown. They cannot kick a field goal. A field goal makes it a 1-point game. They need to score a touchdown. Two timeouts remain for Ludlow, 3 for Fairfield Prep. So neither team, I beg your pardon, is short in the timeout department.
And there is a flag on Ludlow.
A flag that's going to go on Ludlow.
And that will move the ball to the Ludlow 20. First down 10 for Fairfield
Ball on the 20. Ludlow has to get a stop here. .5:18 remain. I formation again. Handoff. He'll get a couple of yards, maybe 3 or 4.
On the stop, number 40, dental development. A gain of 3.
Gain of 3, second down and 7 coming up.
Second down and 7 at Ludlow 17.
I formation again. Nelson almost lost the football. They stop him, third down, and remember, I've said it a number of times here, Fairfield Prep needs to score a touchdown.
For Fairfield Prep at the Ludlow 14.
They send a receiver out to the near side. I formation. Nelson. First down
Sean Nelson inside the 5 for first
and goal. Wanted to be sure. Nelson has been the Trojan horse for this team.
And the ball spotted at the
He has
5
absolutely
for first and goal for
destroyed the
Fairfield
Ludlow defense. They put up good stops, yes, but in the end, they've gotten all the way down the field because of him. They're not passing the ball. They're running it. I formation. Nelson set up as a halfback. First and goal. Nelson in, touchdown, Fairfield Prep. 3:22 remain. So now, once again, they have the decision. Do you kick a field goal and give Ludlow the chance to tie it with a field goal? I beg your pardon, do you kick a PAT and give Ludlow the chance to tie it with a field goal? Or do you go for 2 and really try and win this football game? They're going to go for the PAT.
Timeout, Fairfield Prep.
Two timeouts remain for either side. Prep used a timeout there. They're going for 2. Long lines up under center. Snap, give, down the middle. Did not get it! And now a field goal could win this game. They take a gamble. It does not pay off. And in the end, a field goal could give Ludlow a 31-30 lead. Knock on wood. Boy, what an unbelievable game. we're going to take a break. It's 30-28. We'll be back for the kickoff when we get back. The broadcast booth is shaking as we welcome you back to Taft Field. This is an unreal scene. It's 30-28 prep with 3:22 remaining here in the fourth. Kick on the way, deep ball. He will let it go out of the back of the end zone, plays it safe instead of a return. So Ludlow takes over at the 25, looking for a potentially, I should say, game-winning drive. Under 3.5 minutes remain. Split receivers, man in the backfield on 1st and 10. Pavos to throw. Has his man. James Bork. They need to start moving though at 3:10.
Second down, 6.
It's 2nd and 6. They line up with Fragamenti and Colin Fleming. Remember, Colin took the cheap shot and is back in the game. It's complete to the outside. It's not going to be a first down, but it's 3rd and short.
By number 13, Drew Smith. And the ball is marked at the 28. 3rd down and 2.
Drew Smith on the catch. So that's, I beg your pardon, that's not Ethan Ryder, it's Drew Smith. There's 2 13s for Ludlow. Drew Smith has been the wide receiver so far. Pavos to throw. Complete. Bork! Did not get it. First downs to the 30. He's probably at the 28 or 29. And now the game really is on the line. There was a penalty, a flag in the backfield. Ludlow's gonna go all the way back. To the 12. 2:11 remain. On the run, sacked inside the 5.
Pavos is dropped inside the 10. And on the stop is number 32.
A minute 55 remain.
It will be a 4th down for Fairfield Ludlow. The ball spotted on the Falcon.
Clock continues to run, a minute 40, they gotta move.
26.
A minute 20 remain. Out of the backfield, deep ball, incomplete. It's 4th and 26. A minute 12. No, I beg your pardon, that was 4th and 26. They did not repeat the down, and Fairfield Prep, in all likelihood, is going to win this football game. And the fans beginning to make their way out. Long under center. Give. End zone, touchdown.
And he is in for the score.
(36-28). They need this PAT if they want to keep it a one-possession game. Beg your pardon, make it a two-possession game, and they do. It's 37-28. What an unfortunate end for Fairfield Ludlow.
Next week, the Pelicans hit the road for an FCIAC matchup in Norwalk against the Bears. Friday
What a
evening,
disappointing way to end this, because they had such a good chance to win this football game, and they played an A+ game. But in the end, they're not going to be able to finish it. 1:07 left. The crowd on hand.
Great hold call, Rep! Great hold call! Public school! You played public schools! And you barely won! Girls in our school. Go back and pay for your school! You need it! You barely won!
Between the crowd and the level of play on the field and the atmosphere, it's just been incredible. Squib kick. Taken to the 35.
Kick is returned across the 35.
There's a late hit, and this time it's going against Ludlow.
Return is by number 6.
That's 30 yards! 30 yards!
Drew Buckley.
Now you're a big talker! Roll him out!
The referee's deciding what this penalty is on.
Penalties are unsportsmanlike conduct.
Penalty on sportsmanlike conduct.
Go, Red! Come on, Red!
1:02 left. What a sad way to end it. Fairfield Ludlow was so close. And it's going to be a very tough time for them to recover next week in Norwalk. This is just a devastating loss. But I'll tell you, the way they played in this game makes me proud as a student, makes the entire student body proud, and makes everybody at Ludlow proud. This was a fantastic game. Pavo's near side. found Fleming, who was absolutely barreled over. And that should just about do it. 51 seconds left. Ludlow has 2 timeouts. All the credit in the world to Fairfield Prep. Faced with adversity, by all means, they have not had the best start to the season. They played very well today. Ludlow needed to play an A-plus game. They needed to play an A++ game. They played an A+ game. And hopefully this happens next year. And it becomes a rivalry that is as adored as Fairfield Ludlow versus Fairfield Ward. Ludlow will not lose. I beg your pardon. Ludlow will still get a chance at Fairfield Ward. They will play on Thanksgiving. That will be the last of 3 Fairfield High School teams that they play as the clock runs out. Your final score, Fairfield Prep 37 and Fairfield Ludlow 28. This was one of the best games I have seen Ludlow play as a whole. Win or lose, this was one of the best games that I have seen Ludlow play.
Kickoff is at 7. And Ludlow's next home game will be Saturday, October 12th against FCIAC rival Central here at Fairfield. Kickoff at 10 a.m. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your weekend.
So that's going to do it. We're back next week. 7 o'clock on Friday night. The Fairfield Ludlow Falcons and the Norwalk Bears. And tune in next Tuesday, tune in next Thursday for a big-time FCIAC boys soccer matchup in our FSN Game of the Week. As Fairfield Ludlow looks to gain 3 more points against the New Canaan Rams. And next Friday, of course, tune in to our next Friday night football broadcast as Fairfield Ludlow travels to Desta Field to take on the Norwalk Bears. Coverage begins at 6:45. Kickoff slated for 7. Once again, your final this afternoon, Fairfield Prep 37 and Fairfield Ludlow 28. For our entire crew that has helped out this afternoon here at Taft Field, I'm Aiden Blank, and we will see you on Thursday of next week. But for now, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.